All right, I'm going to tell you what to do to get him hooked in the early stages of your dating. So, how do we get this guy off the market, off the field, and really into you? Like, what are the things that you can do to get him hooked? What is it that makes you stand out from the rest? Now, this is going to be a bit shocking because I don't believe in any gaming. I really hate that. I cringe when I see women saying the right things that they need to say to get a man, or just playing their cards. It's like, bleh, it's so gross. I'm like, you always see those women end up in divorce or in marriages or in relationships that they're miserable in because they sold themselves out. They sold themselves short by playing a game. Not here. We're not doing that, girlfriend. We're going at this from a total different approach. Are you ready? Here's the thing. At the end of the day, when you look at a man, I think that so much of society has played it out in this kind of role. And you've heard it, I've heard it. It's the same rhetoric, which is, men are so different and women are so different. And they've written books about this. And yes, I believe in polarity. And I believe that there are differences that make a man and a woman a woman. But the one thing that we're missing in these conversations is there are just some foundational things that we need as human beings to be able to thrive in relationships. So if you're a person and you're like, yeah, I've been really struggling, Arica, with the guys that I pick, with the guys that I choose, I just want to tell you, it's not that your picker is just broken. It's that you're 9 out of 10 times, it's your boundaries that have not been set in place at the beginning. You've become too open and too agreeable, and men take advantage. They walk all over people just like this, just like women do to nice guys. It's the same thing. So if you're like, yep, you hit it on the nail, I suck at really keeping my boundaries. I think I have great boundaries. But the reality is, if he's really good looking, or if I really feel as if there's potential there, I forsake myself. I forsake my boundaries. And girlfriend, you need to get my boundaries course, and it's right here. You can go to my website, aricaangelo.com, and it'll be in the comments. But sweetheart, we have got to put better boundaries in place. So first and foremost, you want to have good boundaries in the beginning of dating. And you're like, wait, shouldn't I just be like everything that he wants? No, because why? Guys can tell, like, okay, they've dated enough women, they've seen the same games. Your games are not so different. He sees through them, his buddies talk, and they've seen the same games too. So we're not going to go at it as games. Having boundaries doesn't mean that you're just constantly going, no, I will not do this. No, you will not do that. No, no, no. It's saying basically like, I'm not going to be overly available. I have my own schedule that I stick to. I can see you on these days when I'm available, but I'm sorry, I'm just looking and there's like tons of sunlight coming here and it's like wiping me out. So we're just going to have to roll with it. But I do look good. I like it. You can't see any wrinkles. It's like, I just came out and there's tons of Botox. The reality is, it's like when you have standards, when you have boundaries, when you say, not available whenever you need me. These are the days that I'm actually free. Like, this is the window of opportunity to enjoy my presence. A man respects that. He's like, okay, like this is one who means business. This is not one who's just saying whatever I want to hear to lock me in. And not saying that that's your approach with men, but for many women, it is. It's like when they feel that vibe, it's like, that's one. So there's that. Then there's the other kind of woman where it's like, we want to play overly hard to get, right? The problem with this is you don't want to be overly available, but when you're going too hard for like, I'm just pushing you away. And oh, yes, I have tons of men. That's interesting for a moment, and that might be enticing, but your authenticity is what's going to hook him in. Let me say that again. Your authenticity is what's going to hook him in. Listen, our society, we are so tired of games. We just want someone to be real and sincere with us. You want that. You want a guy who's not playing games with you. You want someone who's being sincere with you. Guess what? They're not dumb. They want the same from you. They want the same sincerity. The challenge is none of us want to move forward in that vulnerability. We want the other person to go first. It's like, well, I'll show you my cards if you show me yours. No, 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 no. A woman who's confident and who owns herself knows that she's going to show up and be fully who she is. Now, that can be a bit tricky because some of us have come from trauma or we've had some hard issues where people have been a-holes to us. And so we have a lot of guards and we go, I'm just showing up as who I am. It's like, no, you're showing up in a defense mode, trying to defend yourself so that you never get hurt again. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about just authenticity of like, I'm really into you. Like you got this sexy vibe to you, or I like your intellect. I'm really digging that. I'm curious to see what comes out of this. It's that real approach as opposed to scheming, as opposed to playing games. So, one, have your boundaries in place. Don't be overly available to this guy. Continue on with your life. Let him know when you're available so he goes, okay, this is a person, this is a woman who sees herself as valuable. So I have to step up my game to make sure that I treat her as if she is valuable. And the second thing is let go of the games. Just seriously, let go of the games. You want someone not to game you, and they want the same thing. Don't think that you're going to outsmart them and that your game is so much better. You've already set yourself up to lose because you're forsaking who you are. You're not being the real you. You're not saying the real things that matter to you in order to get someone and go somewhere. It's just not worth it. Show up, have some vulnerabilities. Not saying you tell them all your business because that's where my boundaries course is going to go. Okay, this is what you share and this is what you just hold back until they've shown themselves to be safe with the information you've given them. But being really real about like what you're looking for, what you expect, what you appreciate about them, what you dig about them, and where you're like, I don't know about this. You even get to say that. I know most women don't want to say that, but it's like, let them know that this isn't just carte blanche. It's like, yeah, just come fully as you are. No, maybe he has some growing up to do, or maybe there's something that kind of puts you on. Be like, listen, I love this and love this about you, but this one thing, not so sure about. So listen, if this helped you out, I want to know in the comment section what part of this you're like, I could see where I could improve there, Erica. I can see where that I got to change up my game there. Got to change it up. Make sure that you subscribe and help me out by liking this video because then YouTube goes, women are paying attention to this. Okay, we got to get this out there. So help me out. And I hope that you put this to work. And I want to get an email from you telling me how you changed it. You changed them in the beginning stage. You didn't change them, but you changed you in the beginning stages and it hooked him in. And now you two are vibing and hopefully in love together. You're loved, you're valued, and you matter. And you don't have to sell yourself short. Be honest with who you are. Don't be guarded, but be honest with the real you inside, that parts of you that are ready to receive and be willing to receive love in. I'll see you in my next video. Take care.